Straw Hut Media.
Trying to see how I look today through the reflection. Hi guys, welcome back to the Jordan Jones podcast. I am really excited for today's episode to get back into the advice era of this show. We just had Mother's Day. I'm currently in Michigan with my mom. I surprised her. I hope the surprise went well. You guys can always stay up to date on my life through Snapchat. I post 24/7, and Matcha is currently with my boyfriend. I miss her, but you guys get to see the Matcha cam here. So lots going on this week. I just went to my best friend Lily's graduation. It's crazy how I knew her from, I don't even know if she was in middle school yet. What was that, like upper elementary? I don't know. In Michigan, we had like early L and upper L. And I've known her since I was like probably 7. So, I mean, obviously she wasn't in middle school yet. But then we became best friends when she lived in California. You guys know Lily. Y'all love Lily. Yeah, it's crazy to see her graduating with athletic training. So, yeah, I just flew to Vegas for like 5 hours and then surprised my mom in Michigan. So, very exciting week, but I'm excited to sit down and talk to you guys. So, let's just get right into it and hang out. So this first question is how to get over your crush. I'm assuming that in this situation, it's someone that you've basically had like a conversation with, or like you just know that they're not interested. So you have to now just get over them, and maybe nothing really happened, like you guys didn't kiss or anything. So with my understanding of the situation, I just feel like, number one, not stalking them on social media. I think nowadays a lot of people really do that, and they have separate accounts and they are just crazy checking even people's like TikTok reposts and Twitter likes and the person posting stories and posts and what they're commenting on and who they're following. It's kind of like this unhealthy obsession of stalking nowadays. And I feel like people really do that with their crushes because there's just so much anxiety with like a crush. What ifs, and what if he's doing this? What if he's talking to this person? What if she's, I don't know, talking to all these other guys? So there's just a lot of anxiety with that. So I think that's where the stalking comes from. But I think that that's number one, trying to not look and not obsess over what they're doing and where they're at and who they're with. But if you're not doing that, I would also say just trying to fill your time doing something else. I feel like we spend a lot of time alone and like thinking, and you're just like thinking about them or fantasizing things and wanting things to be a certain way. But if you're doing something else, your mind can't even like, it doesn't have that space to think about this guy or this girl. So I think doing something or going on a walk, well, when I go on walks, I do tend to think deeply. That's my thinking time. But if I do play music on my walks, it helps me to not think and just kind of like enjoy the walk and the surroundings and, you know, life. So trying to do something that keeps your mind kind of focused on different things is always good, but that's just good in general. I would say the last thing is, say if they're in your like friend group, just give yourself a little space from that group for a little bit so you can have time to get over it. If that's like hard for you to do, then just keep your healthy distance and balance with time with that person or that friend group, because you don't want to get stuck in a toxic cycle by yourself. You're in one day, you're having so much fun with him, and then, you know, he's ghosting you and you're not seeing him. It's just a bad cycle to get into. So having time for yourself will help you so much during that. But I would say the stalking thing is like number one, because that's what everyone does nowadays. And people will do this with exes, with their situationship, with someone that they just have a crush on. No matter what the scenario, people are just stalking. So try to not stalk. Okay. Next question. When do you know to get back in the game after a long relationship that ended bad? Wow. I honestly don't know if I've ever gotten a question like this. Wow. Huh. Especially if it ended badly. I would say if something ended really badly for you and you haven't gotten attention, you haven't been treated right, I think that it is so easy for you to get caught up in the wrong things after a relationship ended, because you kind of feel a sense of safety. Wow, this person's like seeing me and noticing me and they want to hang out with me. And then you're kind of taking that like attention that you hadn't had. A lot of people say a relationship would end because you're missing like 10% of someone. And because you don't have that 10%, you break up with them or you want to go be with someone new because that person has that 10%, but they're missing that 90. I don't really know where I'm getting with that, but a lot of people will have that. They'll look for that 10% after a bad breakup or a breakup in general. I don't drink. So say if my boyfriend breaks up with me because he wants to go out and party and drink, there's this one girl that's doing that. That's how you get kind of like in the wrong things. You're not seeing like that full picture really. So I feel like with like the ending bad thing, you'll just want some attention, basically. You'll go out and start dating, but after a long bad breakup, you're not really trying to look for something serious, is what I'm saying. So with that, just literally try to do no boys. Obviously, this question is how to get back in the game. But before you get back in the game, you really need to do a like no boys or no girls, no flirting. Really try to like find yourself after this, because if this did end badly, you're probably not good mentally or physically, because if you're not good here, you're not good there, you're not good there, you're not good here. So many different of my friends or myself personally, we go for this like attention thing after a breakup. I have one friend right now who's kind of doing that, and I'm just like, pull it together. Get yourself grounded first. You don't really know what your life is going to be like down the road, so you kind of just go crazy and it's not good. But how to get back into the game after a long relationship, after you've healed, after you've taken time for yourself and you really know what you want. Oof, I'm really not good at this types of advice. That's probably why I've never gotten asked it. But I have a lot of older friends, so I'm going to say what they say, what they tell me. That is, say if you're a woman and you want to constantly like look good so that you can find the one, okay? So I have like a couple of my friends who are like, always dress your best, you know. In LA, dating is really hard because everyone is just so... I mean, I guess a lot of places in the United States now, everyone is just like so pretty. Outfits are always looking good. There's so much pressure nowadays, especially with TikTok and Instagram. So looking your best helps you feel good and attract good energy and people around you. Because when I like feel good, like the past couple days I've been doing my makeup. For me, it's just so I look good and I feel good. I feel like it makes me have a better energy. So if you're really trying to like put yourself out there, I would say put yourself out there feeling your best, looking your best. And of course, in a relationship, you get comfortable and you start to like not have makeup on every day or not dressing up. But when you're just like trying to find love, I would say like that's like step one for girls. And for guys, it's just like going to the right places because of like my type and what I like. I'm not going to find them at a club. I'm not going to find them at a bar late at night or bar hopping or, I don't know, stuff that I'm not into. So if I'm into working out or Pilates or going on walks and going to coffee shops, you just have to go to these types of places that you like, and you can meet people who like what you like. I would also say social media has to be a part of this question, because putting yourself out there is also online. Obviously, online dating now is so big, in dating apps or websites. And if you want to start putting yourself out there, you can do this and just get to talk to some people online, because going in person and going on dates could be so stressful for you right now. So that is also something to keep in mind, is like dating apps. And it doesn't mean that you're going to meet a different girl every night. You can just start talking to people online or through Instagram DMs. And I just feel like that will help you get more confidence and put yourself out there in a way that you haven't in a long time if you haven't been flirting or dating. So I guess I'm gonna leave it at that, because I'm not super good at giving advice in this topic. So we'll just get on to the next question. But I hope you guys got some sense of ideas from that. Next one. He is really sweet, but he follows a lot of thirst trap kind of girls. How can I avoid it hitting my confidence? Again, for me, in my opinion, I think that if a guy is following, say if you're brunette and they're all blonde girls, they all got a big butt and you have big boobs, this person's clearly looking for something else. He's not wanting to settle down. He's not serious. He's not trying to get married right now. I would steer clear of these types of guys. A guy's like Instagram and a girl's Instagram can tell you everything about them. But also with girls, I feel like we do try to like show off our body more for attention from guys, but it's a totally messed up mindset because we don't even want to attract those types of guys. So with guys like following all these girls, they're not trying to settle down. They don't want a relationship. One of my boyfriend's friends follows a lot of girls, and I had told him one time because he was trying to DM this girl, you have to unfollow these girls. He was like trying to be serious about her, and the girl had brought up his like Instagram. He's like, I don't know why she cares about that. Like, what's so bad about that? I'm like, what? If you really like this girl, just unfollow these people. You don't even know them. You've never met them. And you know, he didn't, and they don't talk anymore. So if you're a guy out there and you follow all these girls and you really like this one girl right now, just unfollow them. Why not? Why still follow them? If a girl has brought it up, said that it bothers her and you care about her, just do it. Don't be stubborn. Okay? Don't be stubborn, boys. But how can you avoid it hitting your confidence? I really don't know. I wouldn't get myself involved in that because I'm not that chill girl. I'm not gonna be the girl, oh yeah, follow all these girls. Like, I don't mind. Like, he's with me. I'm not that chill girl. If you want to be with me and it upsets me, just unfollow them and then there's no issue. If you don't want to be with like a controlling girl, then just don't be with a controlling girl then that cares about you. So backwards. But yeah, that's my thoughts. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't be with someone who likes all these random girls like bikini pictures and stuff because there's a lot of other guys out there that won't do that. So yeah. Next question. What to do if he doesn't like your cat? Wow. If he's allergic to cats, I just don't know if it would work out, buddy. I'm so happy with like my situation over here that I don't know what it would be like if my significant other didn't like cats or was allergic to cats. My friend sent this one in because we were on the phone and it was just so funny because she also has like 2 Frenchies and she's like, but what if they don't like dogs or Frenchies? Next! Like that's what she was saying. Yeah, my friend right now is dating someone who is allergic to cats, but luckily her mom sometimes kind of owns the cat by now. And so like it's not a big deal, but she's like, I wouldn't even be able to have the cat now if, you know, he was over or whatever, because he's like really allergic to cats. And I'm like, oh my God, I could never do that. It's just so stressful and I love my cat and like she can sleep in the bed with us. And if you're not cool with that, I don't really know what I would do. That would suck. Next one. There's this girl I like, but I don't know how to approach her and seem interesting to her. How to approach her? I mean, texting her or DMing her or swiping up on her story is always a good way to start. Unless you want to do like the old-fashioned walking up to her thing and giving her a nice compliment. That's always a good one. You know, you walk up to her, leave a compliment and go. Or same thing with like the Instagram. You swipe up, you say, so pretty. Is always a good one. Or like an eyeball emoji is a good like starter. You want to kind of test the waters instead of just coming out and being like so pretty. Send the little eyeballs. You're popping up in their little timeline, but they don't really know what it means, but like they kind of know. It's a good way to test the waters and how to approach her and seeming interesting is hard to do nowadays off of like one interaction. That would just have to be, you know, a first date kind of thing where you're telling her about your life. I would say always being vulnerable and upfront off the bat is always interesting because nowadays people will totally hide feelings in their life and their insecurities and, you know, what they've gone through. And then, you know, a month, 2 later, that's when they like open up. So I feel like if you want to seem interesting, open up a little bit. Yeah, I think that the Instagram thing, the eyeballs is a really good idea. Okay, next one. How do you get a guy to get you flowers? Like, I want my man to get me flowers. Okay, how to get your man to get you flowers. I think when I started dating my boyfriend, I expressed how I liked flowers and which ones were my favorite. And, you know, when he got me flowers for the first time, I was above and beyond, you know, excited and happy. And I kept them. I still have the first flowers. If a guy sees you be really happy about something, they would want to continue it. And I just would say when it happens to be very appreciative of it. I wouldn't send him little hints try to make him feel bad about it, because that's a way to kind of make him be stubborn about it, especially if it's like a younger guy. If I was to send my boyfriend a guy getting a girl flowers or like those huge bouquets, I don't hint it at all. He just knows it makes me happy and he knows which ones I like. And I am so thankful when he gets them that he kind of likes that routine with me. I get flowers at least once a month. He always picks me up from the airport with flowers. Hi, Matcha. Yeah, it's just something that I really love. So he knows that and he wants to make me happy. So maybe just like expressing how much you love flowers, but not degrading, like, oh, you never do this, I have to ask for this. That kind of thing, it's not gonna be like a backwards reward kind of thing. I wouldn't say get mad at him for it and then he does it, because I don't like that feeling of like, oh, he only did it because I got mad, or he only did it because I just sent him that thing. And guys work that same way. They don't want to be hinted at. They don't want to, ugh, like, you never get me flowers. Like, he's not going to get you flowers because he said that. So I would just say expressing how much you love them and stuff like that. Last one. Your boyfriend doesn't post you, but will post games or gym things. Okay, this obviously can go both ways. One way is the Instagram theory, you know, he's trying to hide you. And the other one is he actually wants to be private with his relationship, because men and friends and the internet is really mean and just like can ruin things for you. You have to kind of hear what he has to say. This is definitely a person to person thing. If he's like, oh my God, I just posted you last week, stuff like that, I feel like you're in the clear. If it's just like, I just did this, or I don't know, I posted you for Valentine's Day or whatever, like, he's not trying to keep you a secret. Secret and private is different. I think private is the way to go nowadays. And secret is if you are just nowhere to be found on that man's Instagram and he will make every excuse in the book about why he's not posting you. That is so not okay. That is not good. But if you're just like somewhere to be found on the Instagram, he's not trying to hide you. He just wants to be private about his relationship and not let people ruin it. If your boyfriend does not repost a story every once in a while with you, it's not good. It's not normal, especially if like you're posting him all the time, like on your feed and everything, and TikToks. It's not good. It's not fair, especially if that's something that you do and want to do and like share him. Yeah, I mean, I sometimes will post like my boyfriend, but it's not all the time. And I definitely want to keep it more private, but it's not a secret. People know I'm in a relationship. People know a little bit about us, but that's it. I don't want to post him every day. I don't want to post him on my feed or make all these TikTok trends with him because of like clout and fame. It's just like real. I like to keep it a little bit private nowadays, you know. With this, you just have to hear what he has to say about it. It's person to person. Don't let it take a huge toll on you. I feel like this definitely comes with maturity. If I was younger, I would be throwing a fit about being private because it was just not something that I wanted to do. But now I do, and I get it. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode today. I will see you guys next Wednesday with a new episode. Make sure to follow Jordan Jones Podcast on Instagram and TikTok. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel and always comment down below any questions that you guys have because I'm always reading them. All right. Bye, guys.
You've been listening to the Jordan Jones Podcast. Jordan's passion is to inspire, relate, and give you that much-needed one-hour escape from life's everyday struggles. Your family, and we're so glad you're here. Make sure to like, rate, review, and subscribe. We'll be back soon. But in the meantime, find us on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram at Jordan Jones. Jordyn. This production is brought to you by Straw Hut Media, hosted by Jordan Jones, produced by Ryan Tillotson, edited by Daniel Ferreira. Additional production help by Carolyn Mendoza, Ali Ahmed, and Samir Gonchi. Keep shining bright like the diamond you are, and see you next time on the Jordan Jones Podcast.